Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to fix my Audi RS6, the one you guys have asked to see fixed. So I got to move it real quick because the guys are going to leave me here and I can't push it on my own because it's f***ing big bitch and heavy. So first I've got to find the key real quick and then we're going to get it moved. Big old purple bitch.
Mate, I'll hold the camera for you.
You're not sitting in it, Liam, are you? Because it'll be 2.5 ton.
So I reckon go up forwards and then we're going to have to back down the hill. Because I want to go into the workshop in reverse.
Battery's dead, electric handbrake.
That was the first failed attempt. Modern cars, electric handbrake, electric tailgate. Can't open the tailgate because the battery's flat. Can't get to the battery to jumpstart it. So that ain't gone very well. What do we do here then? There's a cover come off.
What's inside the cover?
It says
boot release push on it.
The cover's off, but I don't know what you do with it now. I don't mean to be a quit early kind of guy, but and it's cold as fuck. So I think sensibly the right thing to do would be to cool it a day now. And in the daylight, and when we have a jump pack in our hands, just put a jump pack on the battery and get the handbrake off. Take number 2. It's later than I wanted it to be. I'm over here almost running out of light again, but at least now I know what the problem is. The RS6 needs to go in the workshop so we can fix it. What we didn't have last night is daylight and a jump pack. So let's try and get it going, not going, but moving. Obviously it won't go because the engine's in pieces, but let's try and get it moving so we can get it inside and fix it. Here goes nothing. Ben obviously showed up today. He was missing yesterday. He wasn't missing, he was working somewhere else, very hard actually, but he wasn't here and he wasn't any help at the time. So when you saw me climb into the f***ing boot and Joe trying to help, not help, I was trying to get in the back to get to the battery. Well, Ben went, why don't you just open the bonnet? It's got jump posts in the bonnet, in the engine bay. So just open the bonnet, put them on there, and then it should just take the handbrake off. So obviously Ben's right. So you're just gonna open the bonnet up, which is not on this side. Just gonna open the bonnet up, let's try that again. Take 2, just gonna open the bonnet up, which is on this side. The RS6 engine. Dun dun dun! Broken RS6 engine. It's not broken, hopefully. Fingers crossed we're going to find out that it's not broken. But what was broken was the manifolds to the turbos, which are off. And I will show you in a minute the new ones, or the repaired ones with new heat protective jackets, let's call it. Let's just try and get the f***ing thing moving. So that's the ground, the earth. This is how to jump a car if you don't know. And this is the red one. Red one is the sparky bit. They're both sparky bits if you get them wrong, real sparky. This is the live and this goes on here. Ready? Oh yes, we have power. I heard clicking. We're in business. The ignition's on, handbrake's gonna be off.
Imagine that, right?
Hold on, ignition on. Handbrake off. Yes! Fuck yeah, we're in business. I am really happy because I love this car. Like it was my car, my dream car for years, and I got it, and I've done everything I ever wanted to do to it. And I don't want a different car. I don't want a fancy supercar. This is like my favourite car. I love it. So the fact that I might be fixing it makes me very happy. That's fine. Yeah, she's a beast.
Someone call my mum!
Go on. Mika Mountain, you're pushing it by yourself. No, he's pushing it by himself. Where we're going? Why? You were fool.
Why do we stop there for?
No, he's going. He's going.
Yeah, Liam.
Let it go. You said let it go. What did you put under it? Match.
It's crap pipe.
He eats that. Oh, he put it off.
You're some boy.
Now we're talking station business.
Cramping me,
Yeah, I'll leave it.
Someone call me mum. Someone call my mum.
Thank you guys. You guys. This is a car that was broken. And this is the story about how we're going to fix it. What was broken, we think, was the manifold. This car has billet log manifolds, so it's a hot V. A hot V means it's a V8 engine, and it's called a hot V because the turbos are inside the engine, not on the outside. So it makes a hot V, obviously. In that hot V, the manifolds are really small because the turbos are really tightly mounted, and the manifolds are called logs because they literally look like it's just a branch of a tree with little bits coming off. I'll show you in a minute. This car, has upgraded Militech actually, it's a foreign company, billet manifolds, 2 pieces of stainless, not stainless steel, some other steel, machined and then welded together to make one manifold. It's split on the weld. So basically, the engine was running, it was blowing all the hot air, hot gases that was coming out of the engine out into the V before it was making it to the turbo. Hence a massive misfire. So we're hoping, now we've repaired the manifold, Walton Motorsport actually repaired the manifold, we'll show you in a minute. We're going to put these manifolds back on with new gaskets and new nuts from Audi, and hopefully that is what's going to solve the problem. But we're not 100% sure, I'm just quite confident. So, the repair, the fix, is in this box. We have over here a very nice workbench in the form of an RS200. In this box we have 2 manifold gaskets for each side of the engine, because of the V8. We have 16 nuts, 8 per side, you can work it out. So this here is the exhaust manifold of an Audi RS6 that goes in the Hot V. Now, it is a billet log manifold inside and was very kindly repaired by Walton Motorsport and also very kindly wrapped by Imico, heat protection shields. This is an Inconel sheet wrap, so basically they core it, they then insulate it and then they recover it with Inconel. This is like F1 level heat protection, so you cannot get better heat protection than this style. They come from factory with the turbine housing. Turbo goes in here, exhaust gases come out here. Normally there's a little wheel in there. That comes from factory with this type of heat shielding on it, but this is bare. No, sorry, no, it's not. Where we cut it off, we make these billet sections. We lose the standard heat protection. Normally the standard manifold is all heat protected like this. The theory behind this is it keeps all of the hot air inside to make the Hot V less hot. So now all of this will keep the heat inside, so it'll come out of the engine, through the turbo and out the exhaust, keeping the temperature of the engine bay down much lower and hopefully preventing this same problem from happening again. This goes there, like that, essentially, in there like that and mounts like that. It takes gas out the engine and into the exhaust downpipe. The exhaust downpipe is also Inconel heat shielded. The downpipes are Perrin automotive downpipes. They come already Inconel wrapped and they're very, very nice downpipes. They're massive, they're like 90 millimeters, almost 4 inches downpipes to get the gas of the turbo out as fast as possible. So now, everything that's hot that comes out the engine goes through the manifolds, all Inconel wrapped, through the turbine housing, all Inconel wrapped, and into the downpipes, which is all Inconel wrapped, until it gets to the bottom of the car, when it becomes open, and then can disperse the heat. But the idea is, keep all the heat in the exhaust until it gets out from underneath the car, making Hot V less hot. That was very technical and probably very boring, but you needed to know, because otherwise you wouldn't understand. You'll now see the process of putting them on, and at least you understand why we're doing it. See that they're obviously used manifolds, they're my original billet manifolds, but with this brand new heat protection on them, makes them look like well, $1 million. They're not worth quite $1 million, but they're worth a lot of money. But they look fantastic now. So if you come back here we now have the final kit form to fix the engine. So now we've got the 2 manifolds. We have here the 2 turbos, which look like little baby things, but they're actually, for an RS6, they're massive. These are turbo systems, TS2 pluses. And they're, for an RS6, they're big turbos. It's teal wastegates, APR coil packs. One of the most impressive bits actually is the Alitech intercooler kit on the car. So normally this car runs, an RS6 runs a charge cooler, which is a water-cooled, water-to-air cooler. But on this car, because it runs too much power, that won't suffice, so we went to intercooler. So there's an intercooler on the front, and this kit bypasses the charge cooler. And I can show you the intercooler on the front, but yeah, it runs air-to-air, like a conventional intercooler. That's the throttle bodies. So there's 2 throttle bodies, 1 for each turbo. They're ported and polished and larger. Intake system, pipe across intake system. Beautiful carbon intake system, which goes into the airbox here. It's got a beautiful carbon airbox, sits in the engine like this. Pipe across whole system, airbox, intake system. It's got turbo systems, intake pipes. These intake pipes are from America. Turbo systems, intake pipes, where did I lose that? The turbo systems intake pipes, they're from America. That one goes down like that. Slam panel cover, engine cover, PCV, oil breather, catch tank system. Brand new manifold nuts from Audi. Brand new manifold gaskets. brand new manifold gasket, Audi, header tank, yeah. So it's all here now, so everything we need's here. So all we've got to do now is put that on the car in the engine bay, and we should be back in action.
There's a hole in my bucket.
Elijah. Liam said, slight blow.
Further drama. I just took you through the whole story about how we're going to fix the RS6. And we come to fix the RS6, and I forgot something. We did find this, but we forgot about who found it, and we are about to start putting all the parts on, and we can't put these on, obviously. So I phoned a friend who has some in stock, and he's very kindly going to fix them tonight. So we're on our way now. We're going to take these, get them dropped off, and hopefully get it all fixed tonight and get them back so we can get the car finished as planned. Liam equals drama. Right, we're here. We've made it. We're at a place called Stop and Weld. A friend of mine, someone who used to work for me, has his own business now, and he's very kindly said he can help me out last minute to try and get these things fixed up. So he's got some parts in stock. Hopefully he's going to cut them up and replace the broken bits, and we'll be up and running again in no time.
Don't make him look taller than me.
That's what it is.
Is that right?
Yeah,
So all I was thinking, if we take out the extra length out of this, what, the 50mm or whatever it is, by the time you've obviously cut this off, it won't be that bad anyway.
Yeah.
And then if I do want to have something for a shorter one again, if later on I want to put a short one back in for whatever reason, I can just put a new V-band on a longer bit here, can't I? Because it would be a bit further down.
You just have to fit.
Make the length back up at this end.
It's literally the same thing, just this has got mesh and the other one's got like braid.
Woven. Oh, so does it have this corrugated tin?
Yeah, look, it's the same type. You're looking there, look.
Yeah.
And then
It's exactly the same. Yeah.
same. It's just the outside is. If you take that off, it's the same.
Yeah, would it have like these same?
Yeah,
same
exactly
ribs?
the same. Exactly
This
the
has
same.
got mesh. This
That's
has
got
got
mesh.
woven
That's got
steel. Braid.
That's got braid.
Well, surely these are better, aren't they? We have here 2 repaired, or let's call it upgraded, downpipes. So hopefully they look great and we'll get them on, they fit, and we should get the RS6 running tomorrow, finally. Right, update on the RS6. We had a couple of problems we found this morning. We had damaged studs. This is a standard turbine housing, standard manifold I was telling you about yesterday. This is the stock one, which has got the Inconel heat shield in here, and it's got normal pressed on steel heat shield in there. Obviously where we cut that off and put our billet manifold on, didn't have a heat shield in, so then we replaced it, fancy Inconel heat shielding. But that's a stock one anyway, which is really, really bad, really flat, and really bad at flowing. Like it's basically like twin scroll. They all cross over and stuff in there, and it's really nice for torque and drivability. But when you're trying to make power, it's no good, it doesn't flow enough air, so you've got to get rid of that and just let the air flow. Let her rip. We had some bent studs in the new ones. Not sure how that happened, but they were bent. So we had to, luckily I've got spare stuff laying around. Couple more little issues. There's some warp in the manifolds where it's been repaired, so we've got to try and pull that down nice and tight. We didn't have enough nuts and studs to go into the head, so we had to get some of those. So yeah, we're currently working our way through, starting with the flexes on the downpipe that's been broken. Then studs, then nuts, and some more studs. We've been slowly working through problems we've found as we've tried to put it back together. So we're a little bit behind schedule, but we're still hopeful. The idea is that the parts that are in here slowly work their way to the other end of the car. The theory is really simple. We're putting the exhaust manifolds on still. Once they're on, the process gets a lot easier because they are a pain in the arse, to put it nicely. Steve's not going to tell you the truth. Parts will fit on relatively easily, but those manifolds, because they're bigger and they're different to stock, they are a bit of a pain in the arse to fit. So, yes, we're getting there though. Progress is lovely.
Least attached. need to get reheat it because I just gone and got it cold, didn't I?
You what? Well, you are. Now you can actually see the purpose of this heat protection. Is when you see them installed like this, you can see how close everything is. And picture this. This part here is all cold air, what they call cold side, and this is hot side. So basically the engine air, the engine gases come through this tubes, all these tubes here and out here, and that makes us spin and sucks air in from the airfield and puts it into the engine. But with this engine configuration, the cold area is in the hot area. Like, it's ridiculous really, hence why they call it a hot V. So the performance of this heat shielding is very important, because the more this holds in here and goes out there, the less sucks into all of this stuff. Equals better performance, better power, better response, better reliability, just better. We now only have the engine cover, which pops on to 4 poppers, which is like, even I could fit that. Once that stuff's all finished there, just click these few bits on and we should be in action. The moment of truth is here. The guys have worked all day effortlessly to get it back together. We found numerous problems that we didn't realise we had when we took it apart, but we've got everything back. We've got everything back together. They've got everything back together. Everything that I've been waiting for, this car hasn't run for months. It was last used by somebody else who f***ed it up for me. The moment of truth is here. We now need to check if it starts. And I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I don't know. When we turned it off last time, it was like a panic. It got back, it was driven back from London, and it got back and it sounded like a bag of nails. Like, it was like misfiring and popping and banging and ran like complete. And it was like a panic, shut it off, we don't know what's wrong with it. We've never run it since, but we think we found the problem, but we only think, we don't know. So, yeah, anything can happen. Let's try it. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna run or not?
Should do.
Confidence, it should do. Perfect, I appreciate that, Ben. What do you think? Think it's gonna work? Don't listen to Ben, he's a idiot. I have faith. I mean, it's gonna work what you lot have done. I just don't know if what is not what we haven't fixed. You know, we might still have problems that we didn't know about.
I think the battery pack's flat.
A few moments later.
Like, the steering wheel's not come down or anything, it's not happy. It's saying the key's not there. Let's go with battery, like everything's gone dim. I reckon the battery voltage is low. First thing we should have done is put the battery on charge, obviously. You all saw the commotion of getting the thing in here because we couldn't take the handbrake off. The battery was flat. We then brought it inside, put it in the workshop, forgot the battery was flat, didn't charge it up. And now trying to start the car and the battery's flat. So I should have thought about that. Something I could have done is put the battery on charge. Yay. Right, what's up guys? You've not missed anything much. Just an update here for the RS6. Still not overly happy, but obviously come to terms with the fact that we're gonna have to take the engine apart and engine out again. It is what it is. These things happen. This car seems to spend more time on the trailer than it does driving, but again, all in the pursuit of awesomeness, I guess. So, I spoke to a friend of mine last night, asked him would he be willing to help me out. Robert Milltop Motors in Exeter. So, I'm taking it down to him today. I'm off for the week doing other things, so I wanted to get it to him now while I can, while I'm still here. We think it's a head gasket swap. We're pretty confident now that what happened was the manifold blow that we initially found being the problem with the misfire was the misfire, and we did fix it. It also caused another problem, so we fixed the blow in the manifolds, which solved the misfire, but now the blow in the manifold, we think, lasered hot air or exhaust gases onto the head and the block, which has then damaged the head gasket. So hence we've now got a water leak from between the head and the block. Head off, head gasket swap, obviously head bolt swap, all that sort of stuff. It's not too dramatic, hopefully, and we're still very happy that we've solved the misfire and it runs beautifully. Just the small problem is coolant's pouring out the head. So it's hard to look at the positives, but we are happy that we've solved that problem, the main problem. We've just got to fix this other problem that's happened because of it. Right, we just pulled up here, Milltop Motors, and see where the guys want it. I backed it into the spot. Almost hit this car here. I almost feel like I know what I'm doing, but I almost hit it. This is Rob. Hi Rob. Hello. This is Rob's workshop here. It's actually the first time I've been here. My car's been here previously and been fixed. That'd have been upsetting if I went home with that, wouldn't it? This would have been emotional. They're in the van. I'd have been upset if I'd had to come back and drop those off. Thank you. Yeah, full riding down.
It's on the leg.
Ow, what's my back? The RS6 saga continues. Turns out parts of the engine are broken. The head's damaged, I think, so I have a spare engine. Because 1150 horsepower, have a spare engine. So we're just going to ship the engine, spare engine, down to the garage now where the car is, and they're going to move a head over from the original engine to the new engine to make an engine complete again. So Ben's going to take the engine down there in the Gypsy wagon, perfect rear air suspension, twin engined E61 535D. So he's going to take that down, drop it off, and then we're going to go down there and check it out to try and get it ready and running as soon as possible. I am here at Milltop Motors in Exeter for the first time since I dropped the car off. So hopefully they've made progress. There's a problem, it all went wrong, it's drama. We might be at the point where we can get the car put back together. I showed up to have a look, I bought some bits that Ben needed. Ben's been here for 2 days helping out because obviously the job got bigger, and as usual I added more stuff to the list. I bought down a Audi 4-litre TFSI petrol timing kit, timing toolkit.
Better money.
Bought some nuts from home for these little bad boys. They're called K-nuts, and they're like special thin nuts that go tight when you tighten them on. They're like not round basically, and they go tight on the threads. These are to rebuild my wheels because another drama that I have never told you about is my wheels fell apart. They fell apart. They're two-piece split rims, and the centre came undone from the rim. And I was driving along and there was a wobbling and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like wheel loose, and turned out the wheel had fallen apart. So now the car's in pieces, in a million pieces, getting work done. We bought the right nuts. So we're going to get some K-nuts on the wheels and put the wheels back together so they don't fall apart again. When I dropped the car off, we said, I've got to try and give you an update now, which I've got to try and remember what happened. I dropped it here because we thought we'd needed to pull the engine out of the car because the head and the block, between the head and the block, was leaking coolant. We weren't sure if it was the head, if it was the head gasket or whatever else, but we decided that at minimum the head gasket had to be changed, and it'd be easier to drop the engine, that one, out of the car so we could fix it. Now, that would have been simple. Turns out it was worse than that. The guys took the engine apart, took the head off, and then sent the head off for inspection to check that it was still flat before we changed the head gasket. And it turns out it wasn't. It was really warped. So we've probably got a bigger problem because we don't know why it warped, but it was warped in the area where it was leaking. I then had a spare engine. Here's the spare engine, and there's a spare head. Second spare head, so there's 3 engines in total. So we brought this one down, they stripped the head off that one, and it turns out that engine had damage also, which was the original engine from the car. We then got the heads that came off the engine, the one from in the car. That was skimmed, which is what they do, is a machining process where you just skim the head and basically it makes it flat again. But the problem is, because of V8 you've got 2 heads, we're worried that we've skimmed one head and not the other, so we might knock the compression out slightly, very, very slightly. So that's why we want to use the spare head if we can. Put the head gasket on, put the head on, put the engine back together, put it in the car, bish bash bosh, easy as that. Show you a bit more about what's going on here. So there's the heads that came off the engine. As you can see here, it's all super shiny and polished. This is because, so this warped very slightly, like tiny minimal amounts. You would never see it, but it warped very slightly. So when the 2 pieces of metal buckled together, they didn't seal. So this has now been skimmed with the machine to make it all flat, so that's why it's also shiny. Now the downside of that is obviously it's taking a little bit of surface off this, which basically means the valve is a little bit closer to the piston now, but it's 6 thou, which is minimal amount. It wasn't really that badly warped. That's a good option. We know that head's good. It came off the engine. The engine worked perfectly until we developed the water leak. After we took the engine apart, when you inspect all this, the valves are really clean. The areas where the burning happens is very good. There's no marks of any sign of like bad running, misfiring or detonation or all the bad things you don't want in an engine. And the same in here. This face is nice and clean and all the pistons are very good. They're all clean, no marks or signs of any sort of bad running, which basically means this engine, apart from the coolant leak, was perfect. So why mess with it? Whereas I thought my spare engine, which is the engine I took out of the car, so obviously it wasn't perfect, but I was confident that we only had a problem on one cylinder, cylinder 1, cylinder 5 over here, and that was the opposite side of the engine to the problem we've got at the moment. So my theory was, we'll take this side of the engine apart, because this side will be perfect. Because it turns out, when we took it off from this side, in here, are bad signs of detonation, where the piston, the edge of the piston, the crown of the piston's been eaten away, basically been burnt, and that's then gone, that metal has gone out of the engine now. And my concern then is, that's fine, the head doesn't have any damage on it, but that metal went through the head, and it could have damaged valve seats, it could have damaged seals, it could have damaged anything, so we don't know. The head looks okay. There's a little bit of molten metal from the piston stuck to the head, which we could just grind off flat, like by hand. And we know it's sealed flush, because this engine didn't have any coolant leaks, so we know the head's not warped. But after review, it's been decided that, let me show you the head quickly. This being the head from the spare engine, this is the cylinder in question. There's a very small bit of metal you can see here stuck to the face of the head. That isn't, again, that can be ground off by hand, no problem, and it looks good. Every other cylinder is good. Even that cylinder actually does look good. The valves have got a little bit of like very small dotting on them, like basically what det does is like really sharp pinning. So we've decided that because of that, even though this is probably good, it's not worth the risk, because we know that one's good. Decision's made. Hopefully the dramas are over. So that now the head put back on the engine, and then the engine put back in the car. I know it's not anywhere near as quick and easy as that, but that's essentially what we've got to do now. So Rob's got to get busy. You forgot the wheels. Because the wheels on the car, it's not going to work.
It sounds lovely and then doesn't sound lovely.
Car's not ready. There's a noise from the engine, so we're going to start the engine up. Hear how much of a this car is again. Every time we get close to almost being finished, it pushes back. So the positives are, the water leak has gone. We're for sure confident. The coolant leak is gone. The head gasket is no longer leaking. The head is not warped, but we have a new problem. I don't know what that problem is. I don't think anyone's completely sure what that problem is, but we've now got to see what this problem is. So go on and start that then, let's hear it. Well, yeah, it's the top end rattle, but what the top end rattle is, I don't know.
Tappets?
Are they hydraulic lifters?
Yeah.
So they're dry?
I mean,
5 minutes, 10 minutes, no noise. That's the first time it's done that on idle.
Yeah, and it's idling a bit higher than it was, because obviously it's cold again. The saga continues. For no fault of anyone's work, it's just this f***ing car. Thought I was picking the car up. It's actually done. The wheels, Ben's got all the tyres done, they look good, but the engine decided to start making a f***ing noise. Yeah, these two look very unhappy. I guess I'm not surprised, because this car just keeps on pushing back, so it doesn't really surprise me, but Rob wanted the car out of his workshop. It's been sat on his ramp, and now, well, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen now. It might go outside, but fuck it. The engine's not, I'm not taking it home anyway, that's for sure. I ain't going to drive, so the saga continues. I don't know what's next. This honestly isn't planned. This car does not want to work.
I'm here now changing these back over for like the 19th time, because I've done it in the wrong head to start with and now I've done it in the right one, and I think they're actually wrong. So we blanked these off, these little doojits. But therefore, they basically shut the bank off, slide out and shut the bank off. And I think the cam is moving, which is causing our rattle. Change them over, start the car. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, Liam will probably shout at me anyway. But it's worth a try, because we've run out of time.
You're not doing it, are you? So let Rob start it.
No one's doing it, that's the problem. Ah, yeah, fuck it, alright. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm gonna start it. Oh, it always smells so nice in here. Fixed it, and I.
You're a good mechanic, mate. You are. You should have done it.
Fixed it.
A few moments later.
It's not fixed.
Why is it working then?
I don't know, but we got really excited.
What the fuck's so light?
It's not actually. It's not fixed. I'm not a mechanic.
Why did it? Oh, right.
I'll take it back.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it back as well.
Sounded fixed, though, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it's not though. What have you done?
Oh, I don't know. Got an annoying rattle again, isn't it?
Well, they're in free
Mint,
wheels, aren't
and then I just put RIP.
they?
And
They're in
then,
free wheels.
yeah, that's fucking.
This is I don't know. I can't even. I can't get the words out. Basically, I think the car is ready. Yeah, I did just say that. I think the car is ready. They found the problem without me here. Maybe I was the problem. They solved the problem. They've got the car all back together again. And so I'm here to see it like literally finished. I don't even know if I'm ready for it. I can't believe it's actually happening. This car has been so much drama, like so much drama. I genuinely thought it was gonna leave me, like we were gonna have to part ways. Apparently not. Apparently they got it done. They persevered, they got the job done. I love this car. And I was really worried it was gonna be the end of us. But I can see it. Oh, look, love, I love it. Just rolling up, I feel like a little kid. I can see like a couple of things are really cool now. Tow bar on the car, the tow bar's on the car, all finished and wired up working. Sat between the two Akrapovic tailpipes, just like 4 exhausts with carbon surrounds and a tow bar. It just does not work. But I did it, we did it. You know me, it's got tyre writing. We've got tyre wall stickers. We have to have tyre wall stickers. I just think they look so cool. I'm proper like, I don't know, boy racer-ish, I guess. And I think there's even another little surprise. We've got a glow kit on it as well. They played with the ride height as well. The ride height came down a little bit. Done a full 4-wheel alignment on it as well, I think. But yeah, they pulled the ride height down a little bit because all my time I've been spending with the M3 and stuff, so sort of got it into my head that everything has to be on the ground. So they got it at 10 mil down all around. Just ready for the tow bar to make the tyres rub nicely. Tow bar test. Tow bar works, didn't bend. Oh, panel gaps are all good as well. Oh, and Reese Pars paint also just painted all the lips. All that curb damage you saw, they've all been painted. So the wheels are all like, oh, honestly, it's like it never left me. Oh, I feel like we're in love again. Oh, look, it's actually complete. Hi Rob.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now.
Right, so I want you to try and give me a brief understanding of how happy you are that this thing's parked over here on the floor, not on the ramp anymore. Just, I mean, I'm really excited to see it built, but I mean, it's probably more of a problem for you than it has for me.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this in times when I shouldn't be thinking about it. It's done.
And it all works.
Yeah, it works.
All
Drives.
works.
Sounds nice.
I don't even want to go through what problems we found because it's only going to remind me of how aggravating my car has been. I'm just going to look at it and go, right, it's all back on there, it all works, sounds nice, I assume. Wow. Can't believe it. Is it got the original engine in it or has it got a spare engine in it? Did it? Oh.
Original head.
Everything.
Yeah.
Wow, so everything got fixed and sorted out. Perfect. Literally, I'm mind blown. I'm mind blown. Have you driven it? Oh, he's driven it as well. It means it actually even drives. Honestly, I can't even take it all in. favourite colour's purple. Small update on the RS6. My pride and joy. After all of the drama, we have done 3 engines in and out. So dropped the engine 3 times. The very last one was an injector change, and we had to do the intake flaps that were the wrong way around on one side. After we found the problem with the engine and the head gasket and so on and so forth, we got the car all done. The last time I got it back from Milltop, it was working perfectly. All it was left to do was get the mapping done, which we're just working towards with a tow bar on. I was at a grass track race, I was towing a mini round, life was good, the car was sick. Like, honestly, it was behaving so well, it was driving beautifully, engine was behaving beautifully. I wanted to be sure of everything was right before we got the mapping done. And then over here did this. So I was driving along, towing, not driving stupidly, towing the Mini, and swerved in the road, didn't want to hit an animal, so then hit a curb. I had sort of 2 choices, and it did a lot more damage than I thought it was going to do. So the curb was like this high, but it went underneath, hit the intercooler, and took out both tyres, took out the trailer tyres as well. Like, it was a bit emotional, to be honest. I think it's going to need new wheels, it's going to need new intercooler, I think radiator pack, of course front bumper, the splitter was destroyed. For me, this car's emotional. Like, I love this car so much, but it gives me a hard time. Like, all right, this is all my fault anyway this time. So drama, Liam equals drama, broke my beauty, and now we're gonna fix it. So this is the start of the next chapter for the RS6. We just gotten to the end of the road. Like, we very first started documenting some small improvements after I got it, after it was borrowed and given back to me. We did some small things. We thought the manifolds were blowing or whatever. We did some manifold repairs, the heat shielding, all that happened. Then we found out it needed head gasket, engine came out. Then we had to do something else, engine came out. Then we had to do the injector change. Got it all good. I thought lovely jubbly. The end of the RS6 build. Could show you guys the finished product. It's now the fastest tow vehicle in wherever, Europe, world, whatever, 1150 horsepower tow vehicle. Life was good. And now, it's not. So yeah, I'm not going to give up on this car. It's a love-hate relationship. It gives me shit, I just gave it shit. It's my favourite car out of all of them. It means so much to me. So yeah, we're going to be fixing it. So stay tuned. Going to have the heartache of trying to fix this bad boy, but it will be good again.